Hiya, here we have another video finally. I haven't done one in a long time. This is for an event on Junk Journal Junkies, and this is Vintage Love Letters. This is just a hardback book. It was one of those little Reader's Digest ones I've used before. And yeah, I've kept the cover simple. Just because I felt it didn't need a lot of embellishment, to be honest. If you've seen my previous ones, you know I kind of like to keep things simple. So all this is, this was a picture I had in the front, and then I cut out these from another picture and put them on. And some little flowers. It has a closure, a ribbon closure. If I can get into it. And then it opens up like this, and it has it's just quite a simple closure, just a ribbon in there. And this, I kept this as originally inside the book, and I just kept it because I really liked it. And we start off, this is tissue paper, but because it's love letters, and this is like sort of vintage postal, tissue paper. You've got old postcard and stamps and things like that on it. Here we have. Yep. So this is just this is a little pocket, and it has a little love letter in it. This is just some I've printed from sort of famous love letters and all that. And this is another little pocket here. A little pocket. And this has got a tag in it. Go back in. There we go. Another just like some vintage. Oh, it's just advertisements, but it was writing, so correspondence, that sort of thing. This is just another little picture here. More there, little pockets. I like this little quote here. Time too slow for those who wait, too swift for those who fear, too long for those who grieve, too short for those who rejoice, but for those who love, time is eternity. And I just thought that was really quite nice. This was just, I think it's actually like a shopping list. I got it from one of my pen pals, but it was kind of vintagey, and I thought I've just made a little pocket out of it, but I've left this blank so you can write down little notes in it. I've always left plenty space, and that's just a little flappy bit, in my journals for writing, because that is the purpose of a journal. It's for writing in. So there is plenty of that. Another little pocket. And of course all these little pockets and all that, you can just put your own stuff into it. You don't need to keep what I've put in. Another little tag there. This is an envelope, and I think I've put in sort of leftover little hearts that I had. There, a pocket, another flappy bit. Should maybe find a proper name for that, not just say flappy bit. It sounds a bit weird. More of the tissue paper, I've just used it as pages. A tag, tissue paper. This was digital paper that I printed out. I think this was actually Victorian Tea Time, it was called. Another little love letter in a pocket there. This is just washi tape, but it was like postage. Yeah, sort of a postal theme on it, which I quite liked. Another little tag. Like I say, I've just kept this quite simple. This is an actual love letter in there. I just made, an envelope. I tried to write that. It's not terribly great. I'm not good at calligraphy sort of thing. I know I was going to go over it, and you're like, oh, just leave it. When you start trying to correct things, and it just goes terribly wrong. So that's another little pocket and a little letter in there. I'm not going to read them out to you, because whoever gets it, my partner will be they can read them, but they're sort of famous celebrity Yeah, celebrity love. There's one from like Oscar Wilde, which was quite nice. The one in the envelope, it's from... Gosh, I can't even remember. Do you know that? That's terrible. I just liked them, printed them out. This is just, oh, they're just little decorations, some postage stamps up there. More of the tissue paper. Excuse me, I'm getting over a bit of a cold. And that's a pocket in there. And that's just some stamping that I had. So yeah, I really like these. I like these. I've not done this before, putting an actual little image, just sticking it on the pockets. I might do that more often because I quite like that. Yeah, just more images and little doilies, another letter. And this is just, it actually opens up into, this has got an envelope in it. So you can add in all your own little love notes and things like this. This is one, I tried to make this one a bit more vintage looking, so scrunched it, but I didn't like scrunching it up. So all of the others, I put like the ink stain around the edges, but no, I didn't scrunch it, but I left this in because I like it. Yeah. More little envelopes for more little keepsakes you want to put in. Tags, paper, tissue paper, another little letter, and lots of just kind of vintage images. I've tried to keep them to pertain as much as possible to correspondence. Oh, there we go. But I may have strayed a little every now and then, just every now and then though. Some more little postage stamps up there. I'm sure I got those from a pen pal actually. Anything I've had before I keep in a little stash box, if you want to call it. And yeah, I really like this envelope. This is one I just made, but it's pretty and it's, you know, like a writing themed one. That's just a flappy bit. I don't know why. I just did it because I liked it. So more writing space. Pockets. Those ones are kept quite plain. I don't know why, they just felt they needed to be plain. And that's it at the end of the book. The last of the tissue paper. And then that's the back of the book and the other. So there we have it. That is my vintage love letter, altered book. That was it. I've really forgot the name there. My vintage love letter altered book for the Junk Journal Junkies event. So thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye.